Hi there, and welcome to Financial Aid. My name is Nicole, and I'm a financial advisor here today to talk with you about how to budget your income.
Hi, my name is Sharda. I'm a recent grad and I just got my first paying job, and this is my first paycheck. However, I'm a little confused about how I should spend this money. Nicole, can you help me?
Yes, and that's why we're here today to talk about how you should budget your income. So, for example, we have $100 here. Do you have any idea how this $100, for example, your income, should be allocated into different categories?
Well, first of all, I really need to pay my rent. So I guess that's one thing, the things that I really have to do. And then secondly, I mean, now that I have a job, I should be able to pay for things that I want to do, like go to the movies. And also, my parents keep on talking to me about saving a little bit of money. So I guess that's the third thing.
Yes, that's perfect. Those are the three categories that Elizabeth Warren talks about in her book, All Your Worth. So let's pretend this $100 is your paycheck. Can you guess how you would actually allocate this money into those three categories? Let's see.
All right. Well, I have to pay my rent, first of all. So I guess $30 should be enough for that. And let's see. I really want to go on a vacation over the summer to the Bahamas, so I'm going to use $50 for that. And I guess whatever's left over, I'll save.
Perfect. So you're close, but not quite right. So it'd be nice if we could use 50% of our income for our fun stuff or our wants. And maybe eventually you'll be able to, but starting out, that's probably not the best idea. So we're going to use 50% of our income to go towards your needs or your must-haves, like rent. Then we're going to use 20%, like you said, and that's going to go towards savings. And then you have 30% that's going to be for the fun stuff, that vacation in the Bahamas.
But, Nicole, what if I don't, hold on to these percentages all the time? Am I going to go bankrupt?
Of course not. And that's why this is just a guideline. So this isn't necessarily a starting point. And we understand, like Elizabeth Warren says in her book, that especially starting out, you might not be able to stick to these percentages, but maybe something eventually that you can work up to.
That makes me feel a little better. Nicole, I have another question. 20% seems a lot of money to save towards my income, especially because I have an entry level job and I don't make that much money. What should I do?
So it's okay if starting out 20% of your income can't go towards your savings. We understand that this might be difficult in the beginning, and that's why it's a goal or something to work up to. There are a few ways to make savings a little bit easier. For example, automating your savings is always a good idea. Putting it directly into a 401k that your company offers or directly into a savings account that you don't even see because, let's be honest, if you have the money in your account, you're probably going to spend it. So waiting till the end of the month to put something into your savings probably won't work. Something else you can do is if your company has a match for a 401k program, definitely save enough to get the match. That helps too. But we understand that even with that, 20% of your income might not be able to go towards savings. So what you can do is commit to saving your raises or your bonuses in the future for your savings. For example, when you get your raise, maybe put 50% of that raise directly into your savings account. That can definitely help.
I really like that idea of committing my future raises towards my savings. I think I'm going to start doing that.
Perfect.
Well, it seems like I have so much money here, $100, but it seems like spending only $50 for rent is kind of a small amount considering. Why wouldn't it be a good thing to spend all the money you have, or a lot of it, on things that are really important rather than wasting it on like lattes or going to the movies?
So you bring up a great point. And of course, if you can save and spend less money on lattes and put more towards your savings account or maybe put more towards your needs, that might be better in the beginning. But you do want to make sure that you're still having fun and enjoying yourself or you won't be happy. And being happy is definitely important. Now, you bring up a good point. Like you said, 50% is definitely a guideline and might not be a starting point for an entry level position to have your income go towards your needs. So if you need to spend more than 50% of your income on your needs in the beginning, that's totally okay. The reason that Elizabeth Warren suggests not letting your needs exceed 50% of your income is because, for example, what if you lose your job? You get laid off, or an emergency happens, and you're out of work. So, like we talked about with savings, it's a good idea to work up your savings account to be about 6 months of your overall income for the year. And that way, if you lose your job, then with that 6 months buffer and only using 50% of your original income for your needs, you can live for about a year without a job and use that time for the job hunt. So Like we said, it's just a guideline and may not be a starting point for everyone, but it's something to work up to, and it's definitely a good rule to use.
Wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. I think I'm going to use this 50-30-20 rule in the future.
Perfect. I hope this financial aid session was helpful today. Do you want to just run through some of the things that you learned and we can just touch on important topics so that way when you leave here today, you're all set to go and budget that income?
Yeah, definitely. Let's do it. All right. So out of my $100 paycheck, I'm going to use about 50% for the things that I really need, like rent. And then I'm going to use about 30% for things that I really want, like my lattes, going out with my friends, and things like that. And then finally, I'm going to, be smart about my money and use 20% for savings in the future. And even though my job is entry level and doesn't pay very much, I hope that I'm going to get raises in the future. So even if I can't, stick by these guidelines in the beginning, I'm going to work my way up to it, especially by committing, all of my future raises towards my savings.
Perfect. And that's a great goal. And I'm really glad that we got to talk here today. And just remember, it's never too early to start saving.
I feel way better about money now. Thanks, Nicole.
You're welcome.